Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to a bonus episode of A Better World with Adrienne. I am your host, I'm your leader, I'm your guide, and I'm so inspired. I'm so excited. I am just so deeply grateful for this community, for this channel, and I can't wait to share this bonus episode with you. So, I was like, am I going to call these bonus episode or mini-sode? I like mini-sode because anytime I get to make up my own word, I fucking love that shit. My Venus is in Virgo, if you can't tell. So today's episode is different than the weekly ones that drop on Wednesdays. So this is, a quicker download. This is more of a snack. It's an appetizer. It's a burst of magic for you. And I do these mini-sodes only when I'm inspired. And so I feel so fucking inspired right now, and I'm excited to channel. So this episode is called Venus Retrograde and the Feminine Rising. So Venus Retrograde and the Feminine Rising. What do I mean by that? What's going on in the stars? Like, I'm going to go into the very tangible, like what's going on with Venus retrograde, why it's connected to the feminine rising that we're seeing across the collective. If you've been in my world, if you've been consuming my content, if you've been listening to my podcast, if you've been coming to my master classes, you know that I've been very deep in healing the feminine energy within me. You know that I've been very deep in calling forward the quantum priestesses that are here to lead a new earth. You know that me and my colleague and my ride or die sacred sister, Julia Phoenix, and I are being called forward to steward the quantum divine mother energies of Lemuria. And so Venus retrograde, it's written in the stars why all of this is happening, why all of this energy is alive and potent, and why right now it's so deeply important. So the episode before this was called How to Leap in Divine Timing. And I talked about studying transits and using them and leveraging them. Okay. So today we're going to study this transit. We're going to talk about what it means. And I'm here to tell you, this is the time to strike while the iron's hot in catching this cosmic wave with the feminine, with the quantum feminine, with the Lemurian codes, with the deep connection to Gaia and mother's milk and true sacred feminine community to heal our power together. Like, it's written in the stars. And so let's jam, let's dive in. If you are a nerd like me with astrology, grab your notebook and take notes. Yeah, let's roll. Okay, so what's a retrograde? Let's talk about that first. People get their panties in a bunch about retrogrades. A retrograde is simply when a planet appears to be going backwards from our view on Earth, all right? And retrogrades, people talk about Mercury retrograde all the time. People freak out, and everything is an opportunity from the stars. So a retrograde is simply a second chance from spirit. It is a chance to review, reflect, refine, realign. Okay. Things come back from the past. Think about it. Retro from the past, and then grade. We get a grade on what's going on, and spirit's like, take another look at this. You missed something. There's another lesson to glean. And so it's not a time to rush. It's time to go slow and review and be in reflection and refine systems and all of that stuff. Okay. So that's a retrograde. Venus has been in retrograde since the beginning of this summer 2023, and she will station direct. So she's been going backwards. She will station direct on September 3rd. This podcast will drop on August 26th. So about a week before she stations direct. And once she stations direct, we take the lessons that we learned, we take the things that we refined, and we move forward with them powerfully. The only time, in my opinion, you can miss the opportunity of a retrograde is if you don't review and you don't implement the things that you are shown are not working, or that you are shown is coming back around for another chance. So for all of you creators out there, for all of you, if you're in my world, you're a creator. You are a creator with the universe. It's a good time to revisit old content, revisit old blogs. Like, can you reuse that shit? Okay. So Venus retrograde in Leo. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, art, and money. Like my teacher Aisha says, everything that we all want. Okay. Venus has been retrograding in Leo. Leo is the leader, the lion, the king, queen of the zodiac. It's leadership, it's courage. It rules the heart space. It rules the upper back. So strong back, wild front. Strong back, courageous front. Leo rules the inner child. It's creativity. It's joy. It's the sacral chakra. Okay. And so Venus has been retrograding in Leo, bringing up all the stuff that's blocking our love, beauty, art, and money in the realm of leadership. If you're looking for a major leadership placement in your chart, go find where Leo is. Go look at your 5th house. That's the leader placement. All right. So we've been in a review, and things have been revealed to us that get to be realigned, reorganized, refined, readjusted, things that will be returning in the realms of love, beauty, art, and money, Venus, to unlock our leadership. That's Venus retrograde in Leo. And this was a long ass Venus retrograde. This was a long ass Venus retrograde. Okay. And so she had a lot of things to tell us. Venus is the divine feminine. Venus is the divine feminine. Okay. And she's a very personal planet. And she has been sending us messages. Okay. And when we go a little bit deeper, okay, into Venus, and we go into every single planet rules a sign or signs, okay? So, for example, the sun, Leo rules the sun is ruled by Leo, okay? Leo's ruler is the sun. That's like the most important entity to tap into for Leo energy. Yeah, it's like shining your light. It's big, bright. It shines every day, no matter what. It doesn't ask permission. Okay. So when we go into what energies of the zodiac Venus rules, this is how you take it a step deeper. We here in this community, we go beyond pop astrology. We go beyond horoscopes. We go into the deep ancient codes that we came here to study. We must study this shit so we can leverage it, so we can manifest with it, and so we can catch the cosmic wave. And that's why I'm making this episode, because I want you to understand the opportunity available to us. And I want you to understand why things are happening the way they're happening right now, so you can act on them. All right. Astrology only changes your life when you act on what you learn. Okay. Through healing, through knowledge, through skill. So Venus rules Libra. Libra is cardinal air. It's leadership in the mind space. It has a lot to do with breath work. And Libra is all about justice. Libra is all about harmony. And so when we think about a new earth, it's harmony. It's harmony, and it's equal partnership. It's harmonized partnership. Libra rules romantic relationship, and it also rules any kind of one-on-one relationship. I really view Libra as my relationship with my highest self as well, my relationship with the divine feminine. And there's a big reason why breath work unlocks my divine feminine and yours and all people is because it's cardinal air in the divine feminine frequency. Excuse me. So I'm gonna take a sip of water. So not only do we have Venus retrograde in Leo, but anytime Venus is in the mix, we're being highlighted and shown these energies of harmony, justice. Libra cares so much about justice. Libra's like, that's not fucking right. And so that's a lot of new earth leadership is like, hey, that shit not right. Excuse me. So, Libra, what else does Venus rule? Venus rules Taurus. Okay. Taurus is one of the major new earth placements. All of the earth placements in your chart in the collective are huge portals for how we're going to anchor in a new earth, because we're not making a new earth in the 5D. We're not making it in the mind. We're not making it in the subconscious. We're making it in the 3D plane, which is earth. So Taurus is fixed earth. Taurus is wealth. Taurus is the body. Taurus is Mother Earth herself, and it's fixed earth. It's consistency. And so when I decode all of this stuff, Taurus is all about building shit as well. It's the ox. Taurus is not afraid of hard work. Taurus is the queen. Taurus is the priestess. Okay. I had a download about like the difference between a princess and a priestess. A princess is scared to lift a finger. A princess plays the victim. A princess sits in her tower alone waiting to be saved. A priestess lifts her finger with precision and shifts the whole fucking grid. A priestess comes together with other women to expand her power. She knows walking alone doesn't feel good and it doesn't work. A priestess is willing to roll up her sleeves and do work in the 3D plane. And it's not about overwork. It's not about hustle. However, there's a lot of wounded feminine energy in the field where people have been fed the line that you can just sit there and orgasm your way to a vision, that you can just sit there and say affirmations and it will just happen. That's not reality. You must take action. And so what this is all expressing as Venus in these codes, leadership of Leo, okay? The justice and the harmony of Libra, Taurus connected to Mother Earth. This is expressing as the return of the divine feminine, as the quantum feminine rising. So, and this is why astrology is so powerful. This is why astrology is so validating, because I didn't realize this fully, how it all clicked in until I was just getting downloads. I was getting downloads about my own things I was supposed to be doing in terms of the feminine energy and energetics. I was following my intuition relentlessly. And here's the thing, when you follow your intuition relentlessly, you will automatically align with the stars. And then when you study the stars, you can leverage the actions you take because your intuition is validated. And so it's like, either way you come at it, it checks out. And so this all clicks in. And so it makes so much sense why Julia and I were called together during this time. It makes so much sense why our 12-week journey homecoming is happening during, we're starting it during the last few days of Venus retrograde. So it's a return of the divine feminine. It is a return of the Lemurian codes. If you want to go listen to our podcast we did together called the Lemurian Return, okay? It's the return of the ancient feminine knowing and power as the bedrock of a new earth built in harmony, justice, the codes from Gaia, with the quantum feminine at the helm. This is how this astrology is expressing. And it's not just Julia and I see it in the collective. I'm a projector. I'm a projector in human design. I came here, my blueprint, my soul chose to come to this lifetime as a seer. I'm not meant to do all the doing. I'm here to see things, to see patterns, and guide the energy of the collective. And so it's just one example of how I'm doing this is this podcast. It's like, hey, y'all, look at this astrology. Look at these patterns. I'm seeing it all over. Like, I'm seeing women being called forward to own their power and not do it alone. And I'm seeing it very specifically in the mystics. I'm seeing it very specifically in the Lemurian priestesses. And so Venus retrograde in Leo is the feminine rising. And so we must act. The stars are giving us a gift. Okay, so when we talk about the retrograde part of it again, all right, Venus would not have retrograded with all these aspects through Leo, the sign of leadership, if she didn't have something to tell us about something that gets to be unlocked and remembered and carried forward in a new way to lead a better world. That's what she's doing in Venus retrograde. And for me, I'm a Taurus rising and a Libra moon, okay? Venus is the most important planet for me in this lifetime. She calls the shots, and it's so interesting because I operated very much not in Venus codes for a long time and created success. And so with this Venus retrograde it's like the return of the quantum feminine to abolish the patriarchy. It's the return of the quantum feminine for us to remember our power, for us to remember our previous lifetimes in Lemuria, in any mystical lens. It's a return of the power of the quantum mystic feminine, the feminine rising. Okay, so, and it doesn't matter. I do want to say, because I have people that listen to my podcast that are souls living in male bodies this lifetime. And this is also a call for you to embody your feminine frequencies. Like, the patriarchy does not discriminate. It over-masculizes everything in total out of balance, which is why Libra is here being like, yo, this is not harmonized. And by the way, with feminine energy, when we think about masculine and feminine, people think about the masculine is the cup and the feminine is the water, okay? And it's like, did the chicken or was it first the chicken or first the egg? And here's what I say. If there was no water, we wouldn't even need a cup. All right? So without the feminine, we don't even need the masculine. So feminine leads. Feminine literally creates life. Every single fucking human that walks the face of the planet came out of a womb. A feminine, powerful womb. There's a reason why the patriarchy fears this dark feminine power, because it's the ultimate power, baby. And we get to remember that. We get to remember that. And so I just felt really inspired to share this mini-sode, this bonus episode with you, and just go into the specific astrology. So we have Venus retrograde in Leo, shining a light for and rising is needed to return new earth. Okay. So please link for you. You can look for Leo, Libra, and Taurus. And if you are new to your own chart, you can get my natal chart core. I'll put in the show notes. And finally, if you want to be a part of our opening, our 12 Okay. Aloha. That's some Mercury retrograde shit right there that the recording stopped. So I'm just going to leave this in here and just let this be a reminder to you that, you know, Mercury retrograde is real and it's also not a big deal. It can be playful and silly. And we're just like, okay, yeah, that happened and we're back. So I am closing up this mini-sode and just sharing with you, it's also 444 where I'm at. If you are interested in being a part of this divine feminine rising underneath this auspicious astrology, I invite you to join Julia and I in our 12-week journey of remembrance, of reclamation, and revolution in homecoming. This is for Lemurian priestesses who want to come together in healing, owning, harnessing, wielding their divine power. It's safe to be powerful and feminine and mystic in our 12-week container. So the link to sign up is in the show notes. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to Julia or I. We are really happy and excited to talk to you about this and welcome all the priestesses into the container. We're celebrating all the priestesses that are currently in, and we're just so excited for the ones that are still going to join. So we begin on August 31st. So this podcast is dropping on August 26th. So it's time to sign up. It's time to get in the room. And I just encourage you to take action. Like, so many people know they want to do something. They see the astrology, they get the green light. And you know, just like my last episode, it's like, once you have all this information and you see that it's divine timing, this is divine timing for your feminine, for the Lemurian return, for homecoming to the true quantum powerful feminine mystic you. Once you see all this, just leap and really claim your power first and foremost by signing up if this feels like a yes. So reach out to us if you have questions. Sign up for homecoming through the link in the show notes. We are so deeply excited about this, especially because it's aligned with the stars. And then a week after the container begins, Venus will station direct. That means she's going to stop moving backwards and start going forward. So we're going to take all the lessons and then move forward with them. And so it's just this amazing synchronization with the stars. And if you feel the call, oh man, we would love to have you in the container. So you know what to do. Sign up if you feel the call for homecoming. Study your chart. Love yourself, celebrate yourself, smile at a stranger, make their day. Don't forget how much your gifts, your ideas, your unique codes fucking matter massively. Go out there, be an amazing, amazing you. I love you so much. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.